Hi guys, it's Michaela and welcome back to my channel and welcome to my Project Pan semi-finale. This month is actually a pretty exciting update. I finished a couple of items, some I'm very excited, some I've been working on for a while, and then I've got a lot of items that are almost finished that I think could be done by the end of the year. Without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. I'm just going to start in the order of which I would apply these on my face. So let's just go ahead and start in with my Benefit Ka-Brow. This one here, it's one that I've had since the beginning of the year, a goal that I decided that I wanted to hit 100 uses on or finish off. I'm clearly not finishing it off. I haven't even hit pan on it, and I don't think I will, and this is just a mini size. This month I used it a total of 10 times, which means I only have 18 uses left to hit my goal. A couple months ago I kind of got to a point where I'm like, you know what, I'm probably not going to hit it. It's not a big deal. I'm just going to use it and see how many times I can actually use it this year. Well, it turns out because I only have 18 uses left, I feel like it's a possibility if I really work hard. Will I do it? Probably not. But is it possible? Yes. Do I want to make a goal of doing that? Not at the expense of using other brow products that I like, but I feel like I could make a point to try and get more uses out of it, maybe get a little bit more creative with how I use it this month. I enjoy using it, and I will say this, since doing this in my Project Pan, I actually enjoy this product a lot more than I did a year ago, so that tells me I really do like this, and I found a way that I can make it work. But overall, do I see myself reaching that goal? No, but again, I think it's a possibility. We'll just see where we're at the finale, which I am going to try to have up probably at least by the last day of the month. I'd like to do my finale before I do my intro for next year. But we'll just, hopefully it'll work out. Again, if you saw my last video, I mentioned that I'm not stressing over things like blow days or trying to make sure I have everything perfect, and I'm just kind of doing this just as I'm able to. This is just a hobby, not a job. So hopefully my goal is I would like to get it up by the end of the year, but if I get it up in the first couple of days of January, that's fine too. The first empty of the month. I am so excited. It is my Milk Makeup Blur Stick. Last month I got to a point where I couldn't twist it up anymore, so I did go ahead and depot it into here, and I finished this off, I want to say about a week ago, a little over, not quite 2 weeks ago, probably want to say about a week and a half, 10 days or so, but I used this a total of 9 times this month from the finish of it, and it took me 92 uses from the time I rolled it into my project to the time I finished it off. I think I rolled this in, I want to say February-ish. Yeah, because I finished my first primer of the year, which was January, so I've had this in since February, so most of the year. I'm so excited that it is done. I have enjoyed this primer. Would I repurchase this again? I think there were more primers in my collection that I do like, but this is a reliable, and for a long time it was a holy grail. So at one point I feel like I would purchase it again. I'm not even sure if they make the full size anymore. I want to say I've heard them only making the mini size. But I could see myself eventually repurchasing this, especially if I found it on sale. But I'm excited to have this done. Stay tuned to the end because I'll let you know what my roll-ins are. And then I've got everything kind of on the side here. The item that I rolled in last month, it's the Benefit Original Foundation. I used this a total of 9 times. My goal is to finish it up. I can no longer get it out on my spatula, so I am having to go in with a really tiny brush and try to scrape out what I could. It took a few different tries this morning, but as of this morning I can't get anything out on my spatula. But I see pan at the bottom. You're probably not going to see it on camera, but I see a lot of pan at the bottom, so I feel like I could finish this off by the end of the year, but if I don't, I'm not going to stress over it. But it is something that I feel like is a very real possibility, but who knows, things always take longer than I feel like we anticipate. This next item, I feel like I was so close to finishing up this month. I would have liked to finish it up, but I couldn't quite get it, and that is my Benefit Boing Hydrating Concealer. So I am actually at the bottom now. All these months I've had progress that seemed very little, but I knew I was making more progress at the end. Like, I knew I was making more progress than what I feel like it showed, and then I feel like it jumped down to the end. I'm scraping this out. Again, I feel like this is definitely one that could be done by the end of the year. I guess it just depends on how much left. It is at a point where it is kind of rubbing. I'm not able to get as much concealer out, and it is starting to rub against my eyes, which is what it did the last time I used this. So I feel like I can probably more than likely finish this at the end of the year. And I used this a total of 16 times this month. So I used it a lot, and I feel like I could have it finished for sure by the end of the year. On to my... Next, we have this blush. I do plan on rolling this into next year's project pan. I am actually enjoying panning this, so if I didn't, I probably would roll it in, but this has been in since the beginning. It's a blush that I can only wear with specific colors. I feel like blush is one of those items that that's very much specific to looks that you're creating, unless you've got like a muted all over blush. But this color here I feel like is very specific to colors. This is the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek in the shade Too Cool for School. I used this a total of 8 times, which is about my average. It's not bad. I don't see as much progress as I feel like I would have liked to see from the beginning of the year until now. I feel like I made it a lot in the beginning and then I just completely stopped. But I feel like I can finish this up next year, so this will be rolled into my 2023 project pan. I am liking it. It would be a different story if I didn't like it, but I really do like it and I like having it in my pan, and it's just kind of fun to use, so I'm not mad at it. I'm really not. So yeah, this next item is probably the most exciting update of the year. You probably know what it is by now if you kept up with my series, but it is the e.l.f. Baked Highlighter. I panned the bronzer side last year. I panned the highlighter side this year, and as of this morning, I finished it. I looked at it and I'm like, okay, do I leave it in for another month? Do I not? And I kept going back and forth, and I finally just kind of dug my fingers in there. I'm like, I'm going to get every last drop I can. I'm going to put it on my face, so I used it for my lips, for my brown bone highlight, I just kind of added a more intense highlighter because it was at a place where I really couldn't get my brush in there anymore. I just grabbed my fingers, dug some out. I was going to try to depot it, made it a little bit of a mess. Anyway, here we are. I'm calling it. I used this a total of 33 times this month, and the entire year from January to now, it took me 223 uses to finish this off. I am proud of it. I worked hard on it. I'm excited that it is done. I am so thrilled. I cannot wait to just be done with this. I mean, I've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed this in my pan. I'm going to feel a little bit lost without it this year or this next month, but I've enjoyed it, and I am so excited that it is officially done. I cannot believe I did that. I am so excited. I knew it was close. I thought we were going to be until the end of the year, and then just looking at it this morning, I'm like, no, it's not. It's done. I'm excited. So again, stay tuned till the end because I've got 2 roll-ins this month, and I am just thrilled. Then we've got my item. I rolled this in a couple of months ago. It is my ColourPop. It's just a lip gloss. My goal is to finish this off. I used this a total of 17 times this month, which is not bad. I honestly don't think I'm going to finish this by the end of the year. I'm not too worried about it. I feel like this is one of those items that will just kind of go on its own. It gets used a lot. It's right at the end there. So again, I'm not overly worried about not finishing off. It'll be done by the beginning of next year anyway, with or without a project pan. So I'm not mad at it. I would have liked to finish this off by the end of the year. I mean, who knows? I may just go ham on this month. But if not, no big deal. Time for my 2 roll-in items. So I kind of went a couple different directions this month. My mindset when rolling these 2 items in was I can go something a little bit more holiday-esque and maybe do like a couple of like red lip combos or something like that, just something I can use for the Christmas season. And then I kind of backtracked and I thought, what do I not want to bring into 2023 with me because it is so close to being finished? I got 2 items. The first one is the NYX Marshmallow Primer. I have this in a mini. I'm not sure if I will entirely finish this off by the end of the year, but I'm going to try. The marking's right there, and I feel like it'll go pretty quickly, so I'm not overly worried about it. I feel like if I can work hard on this month, I could do it. But again, as with anything else, if I have other things that I'd rather use, I'm going to use them. But realistically, I feel like I could finish this off if I tried. And then this next item, I feel like I can definitely finish this off. I thought I would have finished it off by now, but I didn't quite get there, and that is the Marc Jacobs Lip Oil. I am right at the end. I'm at a place where I'm having to get a spatula in and scrape it out. I honestly don't think this will take more than 1, maybe 2 weeks worth of active use, and I love using lip oils. I know that maybe using a lip oil and a lip gloss can be hard to use in a makeup project pan, but I use this before makeup application in my skin prep routine, and I use this at the end of my makeup routine. So I feel like I can do this. This is honestly, I think Marc Jacobs is out of business, so I'm going to be sad when this is gone because this is like the best lip oil ever, and I'm not a big fan of, well, I'm not a big fan of lip glosses. Lip oils I've been wearing a lot because I can just prep my lips. But again, I think I can do this well before the end of the year. And that's everything in my project pan. Thank you for watching. If you are new here, hi, my name is Michaela. I do videos focusing on beauty and lifestyle. My goal on this platform is to share my love for beauty as well as my love for Christ as my Lord and Savior. So if that's what you're into, hit that subscribe button. If you're not, but want to stick around, I'd love to have you. Also, side note, my makeup looks horrible today. It was one of those days, every once in a while I'll follow someone else's tutorial, and it's not that her tutorial was bad. It's that the makeup doesn't work well with my eye shape or my eye color or my skin tone. So that's just kind of what happened. I figured I'm just going to film a video. I'm not too worried about it. I'm confident in my ability to do makeup, but side note, it was kind of bothering me, and I was like, do I even say this? But I did. So makeup's not the greatest today. Lighting may or may not be the greatest today. I've got the tree in the background again. I put a ring light to the side of me, and I just feel like I look a little bit more too, I feel like I look a little bit yellow today. But it's where we're at. So we're gonna make it work, and that's just where we're at today. On future videos, I'm sure we'll be better than this. With that, I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.